Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the New York Knicks Report here at Chat Sports TV, youtube.com/Chat Sports TV. I'm your host at The Lamb Show on all social media outlets. The NBA draft has come and went, Summer League is in the past, and free agency madness is now over. So this leaves us with 5 potential lineups for the 2019-2020 New York Knicks. And before we get into the breakdown of every single lineup, here is a graphic of the 5 names that we've nicknamed for the potential lineups of the New York Knicks in 2019. Starting us off, we're calling the first one Making It Rain. The second one is Lock It Down. The third one, basically, Castoffs. Crunch Time and For the Future is the fourth lineup. And yes, the Garden Favorites. Knowing what we know about the New York Knicks fan base is we love us some New York Knicks basketball, and especially when we have guys that are relatable to the city that is New York. New York is a very rough and rugged and fast-paced town, and if you play like a Charles Oakley or like a Davis or Patrick Ewing, one of those guys that the Garden faithful could just put their arms around and hug them and call them yours, you know the Garden is going to be going bonkers for them. So let's kick us off with the first graphic, the first starting lineup we're looking at. We named this one From Downtown. These are all three-point specialists in the modern day NBA game. If you can't shoot threes, it is bedtime for you. You're not going to be able to succeed in the National Basketball Association if you can't make it rain from three, ladies and gentlemen. That run and gun style, quick pace, get three-point shots off with 14 seconds left on the shot clock. That is the modern day NBA. And the lineup that we're looking at for the 2019-2020 New York Knicks, at point guard, we got Dennis Smith Jr., Wayne Ellington, Julius Randle, Kevin Knox, and Bobby Portis. Now you might be saying, Nick, last year, Dennis Smith Jr. and Frank Ntilikina arguably were the worst guards at shooting three last year. But on the bright side, Dennis Smith Jr. is an exciting player who the Garden faithful will like him for his high-flying abilities, and he is not afraid to shoot from three. It's a big difference. Ben Simmons is afraid to shoot. DSJ has never seen a shot he doesn't like. He will pull. Wayne Ellington is a guy who led the NBA at one point in three-point percentage. He is a gunner from the corners, and you need a guy like that on the floor to space out the floor. You're looking at a guy like Kevin Knox, much improved. If you watch him in Summer League like I did, this is all the Knicks fans. This is what we got, guys. We don't have much more. We tuned into the Summer League because basically everyone but Julius Randle that you saw in the Summer League is the New York Knicks basketball team going into 2019. So you're looking at Kevin Knox also from three, Julius Randle, another guy who shot 34.4% last season with the Pelicans from three. I know it's not saying much, but these are versatile bigs like Bobby Portis coming off a career season close to 40% from the three-point line. You're looking at these stretch 4s and 5s that could spread the floor and shoot from three. So if you want to go with a quick lineup, a lineup that could jack up threes, this is the lineup that we're looking at for number one. Lineup number two, we're calling it Lock It Down. And this one is basically when you need to get yourself back in the game and make some defensive stops. This is the lineup that I would put out. Frank Ntilikina, Reggie Bullock, RJ Barrett, the number 3 overall pick in the 2019 draft, Julius Randle, the big free agency get for the New York Knicks, and obviously Mitchell Robinson. Guys, Mitchell Robinson, from all the Knicks fans that I talk to and a lot of my buddies, this guy is a can't trade prospect. We cannot get rid of Mitchell Robinson. Hell, one of my friends said he wouldn't trade him for Bradley Beal straight up, which is crazy because I'm a big Bradley Beal fan. But Robinson last year averaged 2.4 blocks in 20.6 minutes per game. If you stretch that out over a per 36, you're looking at close to 3.6 blocks per game, which is nuts. He had over 2 blocks in 30 of his games last season, and he is a beast down low. Frank Ntilikina is one of the highest analytically graded defenders on the point guards in the National Basketball Association. Look, he cannot do much offensively, but defensively, that is the strength of one Frank Ntilikina. Reggie Bullock is another guy who, he's not the greatest defender, but he's also not the worst. And when you're looking at what the Knicks have to put out there defensively, when you're trying to lock it down and get yourself back into the game, a guy like Reggie Bullock is a guy that you could throw out there. And RJ Barrett, everyone was raving about his defensive intensity, and that was the big plus for a guy like RJ Barrett coming out in the draft. Lineup number 3, we're calling this one cast-offs. But before we get into this one, I have a question for you guys, because I have a theory on NBA lottery picks. Guys that are drafted as lottery picks, I would not give up on them yet. These are guys that are coming into the league at 20, 21 years old. A lot of the times nowadays, if you come into the league at 21, 22, people are looking at you like there's something wrong with that guy, because all these guys are coming into the league so young, 18, 19 years old. So my question to you, let me know below what you guys think. Comment in the video below. Should we be patient with these lottery picks? You see it time and time again where guys are being traded for nothing, pennies on the dollar basically, just because they're not living up to the expectations of being a lottery pick. And the reason why I'm talking about lottery picks, segueing into lineup number 3, calling this one the cast-offs. Elfrid Payton, a 24-year-old lottery pick, better offensively than Frank Ntilikina and way more efficient than Dennis Smith Jr. I would throw him out there with Wayne Ellington. You're looking at RJ Barrett, not a cast-off, but I want to put RJ Barrett out on the floor as much as possible this season. The other cast-off, Julius Randle, look, he's on his 3rd team in 3 seasons, from the Lakers to the Pelicans down to the Knicks, and Bobby Portis famously knocking out one of his teammates. He comes over from the Washington Wizards where he shot 40% from 3. These are guys that were either lottery picks and their teams gave up on them, or they were high first-round picks in the 20s and their teams just gave up on them for many, many different issues. But the Knicks do like to take chances on guys like this. Elfrid Payton has played for 2 teams that really have no idea what to do with the point guard position. The Orlando Magic, just in general, don't know what to do with guys that aren't 6'10" or higher. It seems like every single draft pick that they've spent on guards, they have left the Orlando Magic and have flourished. He also played for the Phoenix Suns, so that's not really saying much for one Elfrid Payton, but I do like that he's a 24-year-old guy who showed a lot of potential when he was down with both the Orlando Magic and all the other times that he bounced around the league. So that is my cast-off lineup. Lineup number 4, I'm calling this one crunch time and building for the future. This is all going to be a bunch of young bucks that I think are going to be in the core plans for the New York Knicks going forward. At guard, you're looking at Dennis Smith Jr., throw RJ Barrett out there as well. Kevin Knox, the 1st-round pick from the 2018 NBA draft. Julius Randle, close to $20 million per year over the next 3 years for Julius Randle coming over from the New Orleans Pelicans, and obviously Mitchell Robinson. Look, this is a lineup that if you want to see potential for the Knicks going forward, and if you want the Knicks to be on all those cool graphics that everyone talks about, and when you make all these rankings about, oh, who has the best young cores in the league, this is the core that you need to flourish, and this is the core that you're going to need to get the people buzzing and realistically thinking that the Knicks could have a great core going forward, right? RJ Barrett, number 3 overall. Kevin Knox, lottery pick last year. Julius Randle, still a young dude who I've always been a fan of Julius Randle. Now, did they overpay for Julius Randle? Whatever. That's just the nature of the beast. The next guy up sets the market for the new guys coming on after him. And for you to steal someone from another team, you need to pay up for him. And Mitchell Robinson, the 2nd-round pick from last year, really is a defensive beast. He is drawing comparisons to one Rudy Gobert, just way more athletic and way better offensively. So that is the lineup that I would love to see crunch time, 89-90 on the road, on a back-to-back, right? I want to see these 5 guys over there and try to win the game. 4 minutes left. The 5 that you put out there, I think, is the real core of your team going forward. Last but not least, this was probably my favorite lineup that I put together. This lineup also screams 20 and 62 record if this was to be the lineup that you would throw out there. But this is just knowing Madison Square Garden, and we touched on it before, the attitude that these guys bring to the table. These would be the Garden Brawlers, the New York Brawlers, fan favorites. I'm talking about Mitchell Robinson, his defensive intensity. Taj Gibson, a grizzled vet that doesn't take hit from anyone. The Morris brother, one of the Morris brothers, who's a psychopath. He, opted out of the deal with the Spurs to come play for the Knicks. Got more money per season, but it is only a 1-year deal. Bobby Portis, obviously we've mentioned him on every video we've done so far with the New York Knicks, that he has a lot of screws loose when you punch your teammate. I cannot have much confidence in you not continuing to do that trend later down the line. And Dennis Smith Jr., who already has been a very brass young guard and has ties to Dreamville and J. Cole. So he has some swag to him too. And the Garden loves their swag. They love the players that feed from the energy of the Garden. And these guys could all get the Garden buzzing, right? Imagine Taj Gibson blocking someone and then giving them the Mutombo wave. The crowd's going to be going crazy. Bobby Portis stepping in for someone that's trying to check RJ Barrett. This is a guy also that could command some noise down low. So the Garden Brawlers is probably my favorite lineup that I put together. Granted, this isn't a lineup that I'd be overly confident going into the season with and wanting to win with, but I think for a lineup that could start some games, maybe you have some beef with somebody, maybe there's some issue. You know, we've already seen Enes Kanter, who's now with the Celtics, going back and forth with Julius Randle when Enes Kanter went on Colin Cowherd and he said that Zion Williamson is just a more athletic Julius Randle. And Julius Randle was like, yo, dog, last time you guarded me, I dropped 45 on you. So what's up? So I could see the Knicks, anytime they are in a matchup against a team that they have some animosity towards, putting out a lineup like this to set the tone. You see it in hockey a lot. A lot of times games start, and in the playoffs when there might be a hostile environment or some beef between two teams, they'll put out their enforcers and then they'll drop the gloves right away, set the tone for the rest of the game. I can see the Knicks doing something like this just to be a little different and contrarian from the rest of the field. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's at The Lamb Show on social media. Give us some feedback, comments below. I'll be in the comments for this video. Reach out to me, and we'll see you guys next time on the New York Knicks Report.